Hi, everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who enjoy drinking and discussing anime. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Hannah, and we'll be watching Ouran High School Host Club. And just fair warning, we will be watching this as a dub and not a sub. Don't come at us. Other disclaimer is that there will be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, pause and watch the episode yourself and then come back and listen along. We will also be going over explicit content and we'll probably say some pretty explicit things. So listener, beware, and it's to your own discretion.
We hope you enjoy. Pour yourself a drink and join us. Welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who enjoy drinking and discussing anime. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Hannah.
So, Hannah, I'm going to ask you this, but I feel like you don't actually know.
I don't.
What are we drinking tonight, Hannah?
We drank some things. First, we drank some shooters that were not really shooters.
Well, how fucking rude. I looked them up on the Google.
I know.
They were legitimate shooters.
But they fit in 2 martini glasses each.
It's because I quadrupled them.
Okay, well, either way, there was some vodka, there was some gin, there was...
Many lemons.
And, some cranberry juice, eventually, and basically a world of so much, buzzy buzz, knockered, fucked up.
Which I do feel like is kind of perfect for tonight's episode. Yeah. So for the episode we're going to be discussing tonight is episode 13, Haruhi in Wonderland, which I kind of feel like is where our drinks have placed us tonight. At least for myself personally, maybe not collectively.
Oh no, collectively,
but I
definitely.
do feel like I'm there. So our synopsis for tonight is Haruhi's dream about the day of her admission into Ouran High School is viewed as an Alice in Wonderland fantasy. Mm-hmm. She meets Shiro as a mouse, Hyoya as the caterpillar, and Haruki and Karu as twin Cheshire cats.
Sure.
For some reason, as opposed to Tweedle-Dee and Tweedle-Dumb.
That's another rant that we'll get to later.
Okay, so then Haruhi runs into a Mad Hatter that resembles Tamaki, a March Hare that resembles Honey, and a Dormouse that resembles Murray.
Yeah.
As well as a Duchess that resembles Range, of course.
Of course.
A Dodo that resembles Kanako, and a cook that resembles Anakojiki?
Sure.
Don't know the name. Okay. Throughout the dream, they all try to give Haruhi advice, but she only understands when she appears before the royal court in defense of the Duchess. Mm-hmm. The king turns out to be Ryoja, and the queen, Koteko, her late mother, who tells Haruhi to enjoy her life as it occurs instead of just focusing on the future. Haruhi wakes up with tears in her eyes and sees the host club dressed up in costumes similar to the ones they wore in her dream. She comments that the club has too much fun.
Oh, how dare they.
But her attitude says she's glad that it does. And I feel like this comes at a very interestingly pivotal time where I have just started watching Alice in Borderland.
Yes.
Like, legitimately, starting Tuesday. I just started watching Alice in Borderland. So I just started out on Tuesday, and we are already talking about this Ouran-themed Alice in Wonderland story on Friday.
Yes.
So it's been 3 days. So all of this is like getting all mashed up in my brain. It's getting all fucked up.
Sure.
Between the traditional Disney Alice in Wonderland, which is a tried and true fairy tale. That was my original love for Alice in Wonderland. And then understanding as a 6-year-old, this is not real Alice in Wonderland.
Sure.
It's actually like Lewis Carroll.
Right.
And so then getting into that, and then Alice in Borderland, and now Ouran High School Host Club.
Just straight up coming
Haruhi
in
and
hot.
Wonderlands.
Yeah. It's a
lot of things.
It is. And, like, okay. Because of my immersion into the anime and manga world, like, and I'm gonna just say this straight up, because I noticed this theme in a lot of anime and manga, but the Japanese really do be loving Alice in Wonderland. Like, it is such a popular topic.
Wow, you racist? Just because I love Alice in Wonderland doesn't mean anything.
No.
I'm literally 50% of the Japs. Okay?
I know, and you are literally subscribing to exactly what is very popular in Japanese culture.
I like what I like.
I know, and you didn't even know this,
The Japanese
did you?
like what I like because I like it.
And you're half Japanese.
That's why they like it, Hannah.
Yeah, they're like, what does Stephanie like? So this obviously must be incorporated into our culture.
Heard.
Yeah, that's exactly what has happened.
They should.
Not the fact that this piece of writing and fiction, historical like fiction, because it's such a big piece of writing and books. Not
no,
because
that. It's not historical.
It's because of Stephanie.
It's me.
Yeah,
it is me.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I'm the only Alice in Wonderland fan up until
authentic
the second of this day.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, yes, this is, back in 2006 when they created this episode, they were like, yes, it's because of Stephanie.
Sure.
She loves the Alice in Wonderland.
It does kind of seem that way from the way they introduce the entire episode, which feels very blast from the pasty. Mm-hmm. Where we follow Haruhi through time. Are you melting? With a bunny.
Yes.
Bunny. Who's the bunny?
That would be Usa-chan.
It's very fitting.
It is. It is Honey Senpai's little bunny stuffed animal. His little stuffy. In the beginning...
If they would have just made it him... Then they could have put him.
That would be a better episode, is that what you're saying?
As the...
Go on.
Who was it that they doubled up?
It would be Hikaru and Kaoru, who doubled up as the Cheshire Cat.
Yes, as the Cheshire Cat. And then they could have actually given the twins role as Tweedle-Dee and Tweedle-Dumb.
Yes, which I feel like they should have done. And, I mean, honestly, the Cheshire Cat could have been practically anyone in the host club or even kind of outside of the host club.
Yeah, it could have just even been just figment of their imaginations or just their subconsciousness, individually even.
Right.
But no.
They had to use the twins as the Cheshire Cat.
Okay.
You know what? Just... interpretation to each their own, but I agree they should have been a Tweedle-Dee and Tweedle-Dumb because literally that is their roles in every other episode, but here we are. They're playing one character together, I guess, so that's cool. Mm-hmm. And the Cheshire Cat, and once again they're playing this little we're one person but we're not, and of course Haruhi, who shows up in her middle school uniform with her original middle school hair, all long and blend cut bangs, and
exactly the rest of her features look the same.
Yes.
Her body, her face, just her hair is different from middle school and high school. She's the exact same. It's
just what she looked like before she got gum in her hair, or whatever the excuse was for cutting it so short. And that's how she is presented in this episode, is pre-Ouran High School Academy, like before all of that. It was right when she joins, or she's about to enroll into the high school. Like, this is when the episode takes place. And she's got the cute little Sailor Mini, like, middle school uniform on.
Is
her
this
long
before
hair.
or after she slips on the banana peel?
Oh, this is before.
Which I say the banana peel, because we have seen multiple banana peels throughout Ouran High School Host Club. And we are only on episode 13.
And
we have seen a multitude of banana peels, which is very, like...
That's so many.
It's like comedic
peels.
Element for, like... You know, the Flintstones.
Gags. Yeah.
Like the Flintstones. Like, you would watch this American TV show that nobody takes seriously.
Right.
And you're running on the asphalt, but you're not actually running because you're running on a banana peel.
You're going nowhere.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like this anime has specifically called that out a multitude of times, where there's like this gag of like a banana peel.
Yes.
And a character
out
with
of
their
nowhere.
foot somehow specifically on this banana peel in the floor out of nowhere.
Right.
Banana peel.
Yes.
And that's kind of what happened and what launched this slightly after what you're talking about. So there's all that stuff that we're talking about where, like, Haruhi's kind of in this state of, like, I don't want to say dreamlike, but really kind of like...
It really is that, though.
moments between where, like, it's reality, but not reality, but... It's close enough that when you're drifting off to sleep, or you're kind of sleepy enough that you're like, is this real life? And then also knowing the characters of Host Club, that you would especially be questioning yourself, like, is this real? Because they're so extra. That is possible.
Yeah. I mean, you know, knowing the Host Club, they could have fed her, like, some nice, like, acid trip mushroom coffee for all she knows, and she's just having this experience.
I'm here for that.
Where's
my acid trip coffee?
Like, the more I grow older, the more I'm like, you know what? I'm a little bit more open to experiencing that kind of a thing.
Right?
You know, back when I was younger, I was like, no narcotic drugs, psychedelic things, never. But
no caffeine after 1:30 p.m.
Hey, that's true to this
I will
day.
only
Otherwise,
drink decaf.
No, I will not drink decaf, but I will stop drinking caffeine at like a certain time of the day because
like
I'm
gin
that
and
old.
vodka, they don't matter.
No, that just makes me sleepy eventually. So that's fine. I will partake in all of that. But like psychedelic things, no. Back when I was younger, you know. But now that I'm older, I'm like, you know what? Just one day or one night that I can partake in that just to experience it. But like, I have to have specific settings. I have to be around people that I would trust.
Right.
For sure.
I would rather do it alone than be around people you don't trust.
Right. Yes.
That's fair.
Yes. So like, I would want to be around people that I would trust with whatever we're doing together, or just not do it at all, really. But I'm still more open to that idea versus back when I was younger, when I was like, no, like semi-straight edge forever, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely do feel that way too.
Yeah.
Even as I get older, kind of more just...
Because life's too short.
And also, really, if you're not, you know, doing all the same things that are safe, you know, you're not driving somewhere.
Right.
You're just at home and you're just relaxing. You're going to be the same level of sober the next day. Like,
yeah. Like, obviously...
What does it really matter?
Prepare.
You're taking a quarter of...
Whatever it is.
A gummy or whatever compared to, like... drinking 5 glasses of alcohol.
Yeah. No, like that's all fair. Like with certain things, like psychedelic mushrooms, let's say, which is very much like what Alice in Wonderland is for kids, minus the actual psychedelics.
Plus the fact that Alice was like technically like 8.
Yeah,
it
technically.
was like tripping balls.
Yeah.
But like we don't talk about that, just like we don't talk about Bruno. That's fine.
Who's Bruno? I don't know.
Shh. We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No, okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I was Alice in Wonderland today. I was getting ready and I bit into a mushroom.
Did we though?
No.
Haruhi didn't.
Yeah, so
but
Haruhi.
Yeah,
she was tripping on something.
She was definitely tripping.
She was tripping on that senpai.
Oh, you know what? I do be tripping on senpais. I get it. Senpai daddy. Daddy.
She was tripping.
Yeah, she was. And we don't know why or how or what, but it all starts kind of as just this generic episode where her and her dad first go onto the Ouran Academy property, and her dad meets with the, I guess, principal, as you would say, which is one of the very few adults from the academy that makes an appearance.
That we ever see.
Not
even on a singular episode, but like literally ever.
And this isn't a dream for Haruhi, so
a fever dream.
It's a fever dream for sure, because this principal / motherfucker is all like, oh, she tested high, she's like honor student, and you know, whatever, like really smart basically. And the whole time as the episode was playing, I'm like, but why is she so dumb? Because honestly, why is she so dumb?
Okay, so maybe your next question will be not why is Haruhi so dumb, but why is my friend Stephanie so dumb?
Wait, why would that be my question?
Okay, so bullet point 3 that I made about this entire episode is, quote, Uranus, not Uranus, emerges from the pool.
Yes, okay.
And now, I don't remember why I wrote this.
I got you, fam.
Why would I write this, and does it hold any water?
It does, quite literally, girl.
Nailed it.
Let me do some prefacing here first, because otherwise we'll be skipping some context to the episode.
Amazing.
So,
my bullet points definitely skipped points, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, even when you were writing those, you're like, what was I even saying?
Makes sense.
Because these shots, but technically not shots, were already getting to us at that point.
That's
but
true.
I still remember shit. So
that's what we're here for.
Here's what happens. Let me lay it down.
Tell me what happened between Uranus, not Uranus happening.
Let me lay it down for you, fam. So Haruhi and her father, who was actually not dressed up in transvestite clothing, as they said in the previous episode, a couple episodes back. So they go to the academy and they meet with the principal, or at least her dad meets with the principal, and she's waiting out in the hallway. And the principal's like, oh, she's an honor student, she's got good grades, she's so super smart, so we're giving her basically a scholarship. And her dad's like, oh, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. Didn't really pay attention to that part because it was boring, but all we know is that
okay.
But that Haruhi was waiting ever so nicely and patiently in the hallway, just kind of sitting there, and she looks through the doorway to the music room, actually, and which is where the host club is, well, hosted. And she sees little Usa-chan, which is just a little stuffy bunny, so cute, but it's moving. Usa-chan is moving and dancing and frolicking, and so she's attracted to it. So what does she do? She goes to investigate and is like, wait, bunny! Which is basically the symbolism of what's taking place, which is Alice following the white rabbit down the rabbit hole, correct? That is correct. I am confirming myself.
All right.
So
verified.
So
by a drunk ass Stephanie.
Yeah,
Verified.
fantastic. Drunk Stephanie, seal of approval, baby.
I don't know many things, but I know Alice in Wonderland.
Exactly. So
Agreed.
You're here to keep me in check, baby.
Yeah.
So so Haruhi, being who she is, follows the stuffed animal in because that's what Alice does, obviously.
The white rabbit, for all
the white
intents and
rabbit.
purposes.
So she goes into the music room, and no host club gang pops out, which is the usual thing in most episodes. But no, not today.
Okay, so in this
Not
case,
today.
no Tweedle-Dee and Tweedle-Dumb up here.
None of that.
Which is what would happen in the cartoon or the book. Okay.
Right. But instead, we see a lot of like a really close up to like a banana peel. As she's trying to like hunt down this rabbit stuffed animal, Usa-chan. And instead she basically meets up with our little troublemaker boy from a couple of episodes ago. The little boy who had a crush on another little girl who was moving to Germany, right? And Shiro, his name is Shiro. And so in this kind of hallucination or whatever you want to call it, Shiro is dressed up as either a mouse or a monkey. We're not really sure, to be honest. But he gets to a point where he eats a banana or something like that, and then runs into this really small door, which is very Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland-esque. Like, that's a typical thing where it's like, oh, all of a sudden this thing that I'm trying to chase is really small and fits through this really small door, which is what happens. And Alice / Haruhi is not able to really get that small to chase said mouse monkey thing. And I can't remember, but she does get small, and she goes through the door, and all of a sudden she's falling, much like she would through the rabbit hole. And she goes through basically time and space and ends up falling into water. And she's not necessarily drowning, but she's going deeper and deeper, sinking deeper and deeper into water, and until she finally pops up, and it's basically this giant indoor swimming pool, let's say. And she pops her head up, she looks around, she sees our boy Kyoya. And do you recall what Kyoya was?
Something sexy.
Close. He was the caterpillar. Caterpillar. And which makes sense. He very much fits that. He's all-knowing, he's sassy, he's smart, he's kind of an asshole.
Doesn't have all his limbs when he needs them.
That's right. He's blowing bubbles when really we all know that's a hookah. It's fine.
I'd love to try a hookah sometime.
Would you?
It's on my bucket list.
Oh, really?
Well, I've never done it, and I want to do it.
Me neither.
It's on my bucket list.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'm not
game.
saying I want to do it all the time, but
sure.
I'm saying
just
like
once.
one time for
just
one puff.
You know what? I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's go.
To be specific, actually, Hannah,
yeah?
it's not to do hookah. It's just to go to an oxygen bar is on my bucket list.
Oh, shit. Okay. Let's do it.
The even more PG version of this.
Really, you know what? Honestly, I think having more oxygen to our brain cells would really help us.
You know, at this point, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
It's only going to improve our podcast.
It really is. We're gonna get so many followers now.
Okay, so anyways.
Yeah. So anyways,
we meet our good man.
We meet our good man.
The caterpillar.
Yeah, the caterpillar, Kyoya. And, you know, as much as he really does in every other episode, he talks in riddles. And Haruhi's like, but why? But why, yeah? Because even though she's a honor roll student, she can't figure out 2 + 2, baby.
Understood.
So she is real struggling right now.
Social anxiety.
Yeah, and like I'm not here. I don't remember to like what the actual conversation was. All I know is at some point, our little goth boy of darkness and his cat puppet Nielsbub appear along with Kirimi, who is our little child of light. They both appear, and they each eat a different mushroom that is around the caterpillar or Kyoya's little resting spot. Caterpillar. And they eat those mushrooms, which is very Alice in Wonderland, you know. Eat me and you'll grow big, eat me and you'll grow small. Well, that's what happens. Kirimi grows to a big adult, fully formed female, basically. And our little Nielsbub boy, who I forgot the actual name of, grows into a small toddler. And at that point, Kirimi starts flirting with Kyoya, which I don't blame her. And Kyoya more or less wraps his lovely little bubble pipe around her, and they're like, hoo hoo hoo. And not to say I'm jealous, but I'm slightly jealous, even in that caterpillar costume. Caterpillar. And our little baby boy, Nielsbub baby, starts waddling towards a different door. And, before all that, this is why you had Uranus, not Uranus, on there.
I just never thought we were going to come first circle.
I'm so sorry. Like, Uranus. I got to talking. So this is where this comes in. Before kind of all of that happens, she's just Haruhi is kind of waiting around in this indoor pool thing. And our caterpillar Kyoya, he's like, if I were you, I wouldn't hang around in that pool, in that water, because like it's dangerous. And just as he says that, heads start popping out of the water, and it is the girls from Lobelia. And they pop out of the water, and it turns out they're in these like mechanical alligator, like, not even costumes, but they're like controlling these giant alligator robots. And so Haruhi jumps out of the water, very scary, which, I mean, I don't blame her. And that's when we kind of we see Nielsbub boy turn baby and crawl into this doorway and basically crawls over to Renge, who is the Duchess of the story, which is not something you see in the original Disney movie. We don't hear from the Duchess. We don't see the Duchess. We don't know who the Duchess is in the Disney movie. But in the 90s or whenever it was, they had the like made for TV Alice in Wonderland movie or whatever. And the Duchess, I think, was like Whoopi Goldberg or something in that. I could be wrong. Let me know. It's fine if you need to correct me. It's all good. So in the anime, Renge is the Duchess and is holding the baby boy. They go through the kind of the same dialogue. Haruhi is just like, well, is that your baby? And like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Wow, how dare you try to help me save money on my parking pass on the daily. God, I hate that shit.
It's fine. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know what I'm apologizing
it's too
for.
close to home, Hannah.
I'm so sorry.
Keep talking about your white girl privilege.
I don't have any white girl privilege.
Parking in a parking garage.
Girl, if I had privilege, I would not be where I am right now. So anyways, yeah, that's, you know what? Alice in Wonderland is such a fever dream. And I don't even remember what happens after meeting Renge, the Duchess, other than the vague conversation between her and Haruhi about, like, is that your baby? And she's like, I don't know, is it my baby? I'm explaining this terribly.
I don't know what we're doing anymore, but I'm really here for your voices.
Oh, well, I can continue.
Do it again.
Wait, how did I do it?
Oh, baby.
Oh, is that your baby? I don't know. Is it my baby?
I don't know. I can't do it. You do it.
I should... How do I do a renge? Because I know I've... I'm renge! Is that spot on? I don't even know.
As like a random trumpet plays.
Yeah, honestly. It's very much that. So, granted, by the time we were halfway through this episode, which is at this point, I'm like pretty blitzed, like I am now, to be honest. And I think at this point, she kind of moves on from that and is at the tea party scene, the classic tea party scene, with the Mad Hatter, the March Rabbit, and the Dormouse. And those are played by, the Mad Hatter is obviously Tamaki, our little boy wonder. Honey Senpai is the March Hare. And our sweet, tired little Dormouse is, what's his name? Takashi. His name is Takashi.
Excellent.
I know. I'm getting better and better each week, I think. Maybe.
I'm barely doing a thing, so congratulations.
I know. I'm pulling all of the legwork here, girl. Come on.
I need that blanket right there.
No, you're getting way too cozy.
I'm so tired.
I know, but you need to get with it, baby.
You need a blanket.
No.
That's gonna fix it.
No, it will only make it worse. I told
tired,
you.
and I need that blanket.
No. I'm denying you the blankets.
Okay.
You need to, like, get up and do jumping jacks, like, right now.
I'm very obsessed with these jumping jacks.
I am, because it'll get the blood flowing.
I want to flow blood.
I need you to flow blood. Blood is so funny.
Okay.
Yeah, so take it away, Stephanie. What's next?
So then we have... Well, that note doesn't make any sense. So this note that doesn't make any sense states... Little baby becomes a well-endowed woman.
Excuse me?
Who is whoring herself out to a caterpillar.
So we're
kind of still talking about this past one, right?
You were backtracking, baby.
Okay,
so bad.
These are my notes.
I know,
in order.
You were not following along.
Tweedle-Dee and Tweedle-Dumb are playing the Cheshire Cat instead of twins role. Next note. Very un-Alice-like.
I assume you're talking about Haruhi.
The twins admit to wanting Haruhi to join their tea party.
Well, yeah. I mean, that just follows along with the whole, like, Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland theme, for sure.
Okay, except for the Mad Hatter and March Hare did not actually want Alice to join.
True.
They were perfectly content to continue playing Tea Party with the Dormouse alone.
Yeah.
Alice insisted on joining because there was extra room. In this, there was literally no extra room. They had extra tables.
So many tables.
But nothing was set up.
True.
Except for their spots.
And they only had, like, one cake?
Okay, I did it. Can you get me a blanket?
No.
Okay.
Because we still have much more podcasts to record.
Fair.
So, and I can't have you falling asleep. I can't just be carrying this podcast.
We're all here for you instead of me anyways.
What?
That's fine.
I don't think so.
So, that was my last note, was that...
They were at the tea party and you don't remember?
No, that they were at the tea party specifically. And that there was actually no space for Haruhi and she joined because the twins really wanted her to join. I don't know, it was like Alice Wonderland-y, but like
But very loose, very loose interpretation.
The loosest.
Yeah, but they only had like 23 minutes to
Fuck
really.
that shit. She could have begged for it.
As we all should, like
As
good
the
girls.
real Alice did. I'd be begging for it.
Yeah,
I want to
absolutely.
join this enchanted tea party. But no, she was
there was
like,
only
can I
one
join?
cake.
And they're like, nah. And she's like, okay, bye. And then they were like, just kidding.
Yeah, and then they were like, yes, you can definitely join us. And they only had like one cake, which like in the original, I want to say they had a little bit more than that. But
They had like 1.5 times that cake.
at least that, and like so much sugar for their tea. But like in this episode, it was kind of paltry, pickings there. But I know during some sort of conversation, Tamaki is just like, oh yeah, and by the way, like, I see that your hair is long now, but in the future, you're going to wear it really short.
Like a dyke. But I'm also here for it, because you're
Absolutely.
sexy as fuck.
Sexy as
pretty
fuck,
much it.
Haruhi. Own it, baby. And this is one of the first instances in this scene where she admits that she's a girl, because Tamaki also points out, like, oh yeah, in the future you're also going to be wearing a lot of boy clothes, and you're not doing that right now. And she's like, well, of course I'm not, because I'm a girl.
So that makes sense with my next bullet point for this episode, which is a one-liner, two-word sentence.
Yeah.
Haruhi panics.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like
That's
that
it.
summarizes it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I feel like internally she was like, shit, you found me out. Oh my god, what do we do? And it was like this internal moment where she's SpongeBob and the filing cabinets are everywhere and everything's on fire, and she's like, fuck, what do we do?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and she's just internally panicking, but on the surface she's just like poker face, and she's like, uh-huh, okay.
Is this cool?
Yeah. And then all of her is just like dying and just like on fire.
Right. Absolutely. Like, I think that's kind of pretty accurate for this episode. She's dying and on fire.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm basically dying on fire every episode of this show.
And not just because I'm dead ass tired, but literally.
No, like literally.
Because fair.
Yeah. Like, that is literally the only reaction you should ever have when watching this show. Is like, I'm dying and I'm on fire.
It does evoke a lot of emotions.
Sure.
And I'm dying and on fire is one of them, but like in the best possible way.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, I know I shit on this show a lot, but, like, I really do authentically love this anime.
Yeah.
Even though, like, now that we're doing the podcast, I am way more critical of it and, like, realizing maybe a lot more of its flaws now instead of just enjoying it as is.
I feel like even though it has flaws, it's still enjoyable.
Oh, yeah, for
just
sure.
Being that anime that's, like, comforting.
Yeah.
And, like, haha, what a silly anime, so stereotypical.
Yeah.
Which is kind
Tropey.
of also what makes it funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because it also, the own anime in and of itself doesn't take itself seriously.
Right. It really
From
doesn't.
all the, like, breaking the third wall, staring
Right.
at the camera right in the face, like, talking to the audience, that kind of level, which is, like, it makes it easy to be relatable, but also, like, funny and lighthearted.
Yeah. And it can be really enjoyable as one of those things where you just want to sit down and relax and watch something that's not super complicated.
But just makes you feel the good fuzzies inside.
Yeah,
and
which it totally does.
every episode does. And
Yeah.
And
Like,
you don't leave feeling like an ick factor with, like, oh.
well, aside from the twin cest.
I mean, maybe for you. I don't feel icky about that.
Oh,
but
go on. But yeah, like this...
You don't feel like you've watched it and you're like, oh, I feel conflicting thoughts about that. That's kind of gross because they're vastly underage. It's a 10-year-old girl and a 21-year-old man. Like, there's nothing like that where you're just like, ugh.
Like, this is wrong. I mean, like, okay,
when we say wrong, like, we at least mean like,
yeah. Like, definitely age-gappy things.
But they still knew what they was doing.
Yeah,
they continue to lean into it intentionally.
Yeah, like it's one of those things, like, maybe an inside joke that got too far, and now they just do it unironically.
And now they just continue getting too far inside of each other.
Yeah, but you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
This anyways. So like this episode I guess is supposed to have like maybe kind of a dream like Haruhi kind of maybe whimsically interpret her first coming on to the academy.
Coming on to.
Academy grounds and signing up to be a part of the Ouran High School Academy, which launches her obviously into the world of the host club, which, you know, it is kind of a wild thing because you don't expect going to school on a scholarship to, you know, like pretend to be a boy and flirt with girls. You know, that's kind of a wild premise when you put it that way.
Okay, then, sure, yeah.
You know, yeah. So, you know, this episode is more or less a really random, loose, vivid, like, hallucination dream about that day of coming in and going... You are gonna do that every time.
Wow, you're so dirty tonight.
Oh, I could be dirtier.
Dirty.
You know,
coming into.
I can't help
loosely
it.
Coming into.
I'm a very needy slut for loosely coming.
Same. You laugh, but you know it's true.
I laugh because it is true.
Yes.
Yes, queen.
All right.
But yeah, so, and I don't really remember kind of the last 5 minutes of this episode.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you really done me dirty, girl.
This is the multiple shooters, not shooters.
They really weren't shooters, but they were good. They were so good. I don't remember what happened outside of what I just talked about.
Oh, my last sentence might bring it all together for us.
Okay, do it. Let's go for it.
Okay, my last sentence for episode 13 was, Haruhi scratched that literal line through her name.
Uh-huh.
Renge says, with all due respect, ... But you can't be saying that if your tone of voice doesn't reflect that. That was my last sentence. That was my last sentence for the episode.
What does that even mean?
It means you can't say with all due respect, but say it condescendingly. Because you're clearly not respecting the person when you're like, Hannah, with all due respect... But then you say it condescendingly because there's no respect.
Girl, that's the only time I say it. It was when I have no respect for people.
So, I feel like that about summarizes our episode.
I guess, like, I think
with all due respect, the episode is over.
Oh, wait.
That's not
respectful.
respectful.
I kind of remember.
No, there's no
Stephanie,
respect.
with all due respect, I do remember some of it, a little bit. So let me rehash it. Because we're going to trigger some emotions here, baby. What kind of happens because during the tea party, there's an announcement for the Queen of Hearts. Like some sort of trumpet noise, and the tea party people Tamaki, the Mad Hatter, is just like, oh, that was the announcement for the Queen. And Haruhi's like, what? And, and Tamaki's like, yeah, there's going to be some sort of trial and beheading and whatnot because of the Queen. And so Haruhi's like, no, we can't have that. Not knowing anything about whatever trial she's going to be running and interrupting to begin with. Like, girl, let the law take its place, honey. But no, she's got to interrupt and save whoever's life it is, even though she knows jack shit of what happened to get to that point. But really, it is the Duchess on trial. And she is in front of the technically queen and king, which turn out to be her parents. Her parents being her dad, that is the transvestite, and is revealed as quote-unquote the king, even though he's portrayed as his transvestite persona, which is Rinko or something like that, whatever it was.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
Plot twist. And then her mom is the Queen of Hearts, her mom that has passed away. And they have like this
bigger surprise, motherfuckers.
Emotional surprise, motherfuckers. You better be crying, bitch. What too threatening.
That really was very aggressive.
You know what? It's the drinks. It makes me very passionate.
I'm over here just casually like, surprise, fuckers.
But like, why aren't you crying right now? I told you to cry.
Surprise, fuckers.
That's better. That's better, girl.
Blink twice if Hannah's holding you hostage.
But you can't see that on the podcast, so it's not happening.
I'm blinking so hard.
She isn't. She's not blinked once this whole time.
I love a good hard blinking, and I'm doing it.
What about hard? Who's hard?
I am.
Same.
Blinking.
So.
What?
Yeah, sure. Blinking, yes, hard.
Can
Blinks.
you focus?
Absolutely not. I cannot. I cannot.
I'm the one over here with my notes that don't make any fucking sense.
I know. I've been trying to interpret your notes.
Can you stay on topic?
I know.
And then here's my next note that has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, God. Why did you write it then?
No, that was my last note.
Oh, that was it. Okay, yeah. So, and that's when she has, like, this heartfelt moment with her mom. Oh. And her mom's like, enjoy life, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, whatever.
As moms do.
Dead moms do.
Damn, that was dark.
You know me.
Okay.
You know me. And, like, her mom's
Hannah
like...
said that, not Stephanie?
Yeah, I'll own it. I said it. So, you know, her mom starts crying and they, like, hug all dramatically.
As dead people do.
As dead people do with their daughters. Like, that's just what happens.
Story checks out.
Watch any paranormal show. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think I saw an episode of Catfish like this once.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Was that the Britney Spears one?
Yep.
Oh. We are going so off the rails. Okay, anyways, yeah, so it was a heartfelt moment. I don't remember what they said, but it was real, it was deep, and that more or less, like, her mom more or less, I think, says, like, gives her the blessing to, you know, just be a teen and enjoy her years at the academy and the host club and, you know, blah, 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 some heartfelt bullshit and... You know, and that more or less wraps up the episode. So, like, there you go, my friends. We're drunk. We did the thing. Stephanie's dying on me. It's dying. It's past midnight when we're recording. And I'm running on 3 hours. She's running on 3 hours of sleep, too. So many 3 hours. And that's not a collective 6 hours. It's still 3 hours. Why are you whispering to them? Is this our ASMR thing?
Only when I do it. Stop it.
Oh. Oh, Daddy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully for episode 14, we're less
we'll
in La La Loopsy Alice in Wonderland.
Well, no guarantees, but we might do a little better.
Still going to be Hannah and Stephanie in Wonderland.
It's true.
In Anime Land.
Absolutely blitzed. Are we going to go to Anime Land?
That should have been our thing. Damn it!
Next time. Next podcast. We'll figure it out. We're experts now.
Amazing.
Baka, bye.